So you're joining me a tad bit late today. Obviously, I've done all this stuff from our salmon with vegetables, but you can do this with, it didn't really take that long. Obviously, the salmon was already, you know, I bought it cut. And then, actually I did cut this one myself. It was a little bit cheaper if I did it that way, but you can buy them pre-cut. I had asparagus, I threw some tomatoes. This can be done with anything, whatever's in season. Squash, zucchini, the yellow squash, what else? Fennel, like there can be anything you want. I have onions, asparagus, which I just broke the asparagus at the bottom to get rid of the rough edges. Onion, I had half one left in the fridge, I cut that up. Lemon wedges, which I didn't squirt onto my salmon yet because I want this to be sort of dry because I want it to brown up nicely. So all this has is salt and pepper, and I'm going to put some olive oil on top. So the potatoes, again, whatever you have at home is what you should use, and I didn't have any other vegetables, so I got my potatoes out, which of course take longer than everything else here. So I just put them in the microwave, which is, I don't use a lot of, and sometimes when you're in a hurry it is great. So I put them in the microwave in a little bit of water for about 5 to 10 minutes, because these were like medium size. If you have the little teeny ones, probably 3 to 4 minutes would be fine. And then I just cut them up. So they're pretty much cooked. All they have to do is get a little crispy on top. And then olive oil, salt and pepper, and I did this all in this big jar. I put all my vegetables, whatever you have, cut them up the sizes you want. Asparagus you don't even cut. And I threw everything in there, put olive oil, salt and pepper, so everything got the same amount of dressing on it, and then I put that out, and then just made a little spaces for my salmon, salt and pepper on the salmon, and now I'm just gonna do the, you want it to be fairly dry. You don't want moisture on the salmon, or else it'll steam more than sort of broil on the top and then get cooked through. So I'm just gonna wipe off any sort of, from the salt, some of the moisture comes up, so I had that done a little bit ago. And now I'm just gonna put some olive oil. Everything else, like I said, all the vegetables have olive oil from being in the big jar and twirling those around, so it's just for that. And since it's Sunday night and we're being healthy anyway, we are going to be a little bit bad. I'm going to put, or indulgent, I shouldn't say bad, about not even like a pat of butter I've smushed here. And my husband had informed me, I told him, for some reason the potatoes get quite burnt like you like them, and he said that's because you don't use any butter, you're always using olive oil. And he was right. When I put butter on potatoes, they get a little bit more burnt because butter burns at a lower temperature than olive oil. So I'm just going to put little pats of butter right on. It'll melt to some of it. If you want to melt it in the microwave and just pour it on, you can do that. I find this to work fine, so I just put little teeny bits of butter on everything. And like I said, we're being pretty healthy, so 1 tablespoon or half a tablespoon of butter for 4 people is not that bad. So I'm done with my tray. Again, put whatever you like on yours, and this is the great thing. Everyone talks about one-pot meals. Well, this is a one-pan meal, which I definitely use more of. Everything's on here. Everything's going to get cooked in this one pan, and then we'll be ready for dinner in about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes it should take. You check your oven. So you check your oven. Everyone's oven's different, so I broil mine. So it's 6 inches from the top of the oven, and it's on my broil setting. So that's where we're at. So, and everyone likes their salmon and fish or any kind of meat cooked at different temperatures. So I have it on broil high. Okay. Sometimes I make couscous or some rice or pasta on the side with all those veggies and the salmon, but I have potatoes in there. So my starch and my whatever is taken care of. So I'm just going to make a little salad on the side, a light salad. And this is my everyday salad, although it's nice enough to serve if you're having people over. But all it is mixed greens. I'm going to cut this onion very, very thinly sliced. And any onion you like. People say red onions are sweeter. I don't find them to be. I'm not sure why, but Vidalia onions are good. But this is from my, as you can see, from the farm that we get the food from. So it is, I guess, a yellow onion. It's probably not even any sweet onion or anything. So then and then Parmesan. I what's it called? Slice, like what do you, shave it with a peeler that you would shave, peel carrots with. So I just put that on. I slice an onion extremely thinly. When the thinner you slice it, it almost becomes sweet when you put the lemon juice on. I think it must cook it a teeny bit, the acid in the lemon. So it has to be fairly thin for that to happen. And you don't want anyone getting a huge chunk of a spicy onion, except for me because I love that, but everybody else probably doesn't. And so I'm not cutting this very quickly because I am trying to cut it pretty thinly. And then the last thing is some lemon juice and some lemon juice on top, salt and pepper on top, olive oil. Excuse me for 1 second, I'm just gonna get. So I have some salt that I'm just gonna drizzle on here, a squirt of a lemon, half a lemon, but I let that sit for a second, and then when it's time to serve, I'll mix that all up and put more cheese on the top and more onions. And so I'll meet you back here in a minute when the salmon's ready and the salad's ready. There's our timer. See, I was busy drinking and I did it after 10 minutes. Your oven may be different. Ooh, it looks good. Let's see where we're at. I'm opening up here. I'll open up on this side. We like it pretty rare-ish, nice and juicy. Definitely not overdone. I think we are ready to go. Of course, I don't have anything to take this hot tray off with, but I'm just gonna do it with these 2 dish towels. Let's put it over by the stove. So as you can see, we've the potatoes still didn't have quite enough time, but they did get, you know, nice and crunchy on the outside. See how this lemon got totally blackened? That makes it sweeter than it normally is, and that's what I'm going to squirt that onto the salmon. And then of course our asparagus, and I'll plate one up and show you what this looks like. Oh, let's just finish up our salad. I was waiting for the salmon. So I put some of this olive oil, that's extra virgin olive oil. You don't always have to use extra virgin. I mean, I do at times for whatever I have, but definitely on salads and where it's not getting cooked, if you have some like special olive oil, that's what you should use for the ones that are not being cooked. And then I just crumple up some more of my onions and my cheese because I like it to stay on top. My lemon, I'm gonna finish. It's still the same half of a lemon, but I'm just squeezing it now, making sure everything's out of it except the seeds, although I think there was one in there. I got it. Yes. Okay. And then a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. All squirting everywhere. And then I'm just going to plate one plate quickly. I'm going to have some salad here, lemon, olive oil, Parmesan, and salt and pepper. And then I'm going to grab this piece right here. I love the tomatoes. I mean, yeah, I do love the tomatoes, but I meant potatoes, onions, asparagus, the whole, I'll leave those really burnt ones for him. Here's some potatoes. I'll get a couple more asparagus. And then I'm going to grab one of the lemons and I'm putting it right there. And then all I do is squirt it on everything here. And that's it. That's the whole shebang for you. Let me see if I can find a fork. Of course I can't, and my dog is right in between my legs. Try on. Let me get a fork, okay? And so I'm gonna have, see how it's just, it falls right off. It's, you know, has a nice crust on it, but it's very, you can hear the crunch. There's a little crunch on the outside because it was broiled. And then the potatoes, I know I'm going to burn myself on, but I'm going to do it anyway. And butter is good. I mean, who's going to deny it? Not me. And of course we have a nice fresh salad with everything that's not roasted. It's nice to have some greens. I'm going to take it with my salmon because I love that. And that's it. Really good. Took 11 minutes, I think, by the time I put my timer on. And the prep was probably another 10 minutes. So this is a pretty nice meal for not a ton of work. And then one pan to clean right here. That's it. Perfect. Who's playing? Oh. Alright, well, press pause.
Press pause on chess?
Yeah. Tom, are you going to eat with us?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Mafia. This is all mixed together colors. What do you like it?
I don't think out what it is.
It's sand.
Sand art.